Hello, folks.
Hello everyone, my name is Narcari here, and this is my channel. Today we'll be doing an interview with King Zultra of the Kingdom of Zygethia. We'll start out first with the main question in our interview today, which is, can you tell me exactly what is the Kingdom of Zygethia, Zultra?
The kingdom of Sagathia. Basically, we're a cyber nation. If you to put it in that words, we focus on everything from the culture to the laws to how we do things. Um, the base of Sagathia, I got from ancient English and Norse influences, and I've added my own as well. So yeah, there's a combination of all those things which makes Sagathia unique.
Alright. What is your inspiration for the Kingdom of Zygethia?
My inspiration?
Yes.
Well, I originally tried it on, if any of you remember this, the Universe project, but that's got a bit quiet, so I moved over to Chronicles of Elyria because it has features which lets me build Zygethia more efficiently and how I want to do it.
Alright. Do you know what server you plan on being on? If
I,
there
I
are
knew this.
multiple servers?
I knew this would pop up. Basically, the way I personally think, because we'll have an internal discussion and an internal vote amongst all the leadership of Zygethia, is that we'll go on whatever server opens first. That's from my personal opinion. So if it's at pre-launch and there's only one server, well, we can only do that server.
Alright, so you just plan on joining the first server that pops up. You don't have a preference of any server?
The problem with preferences is that half our membership are in Europe and half are in America. So we can have a long internal discussion and vote, and we'll decide where to go.
Alright. Where did you get the name Kingdom of Zygethia?
Um, I just thought it sounded fitting.
Alright. Short and sweet. That's sometimes the way to do it.
Because our reasons tying to other questions I've been asked, so I'll answer that as those come up as well.
Alright. Can you tell me about the branches of Zygethia? I know there are numerous branches to cover your player-made nation.
Yeah, basically, currently there's the economic branch, which is led by Directos, White Skin. There's the administrative branch, which is controlled by or you may know as Fortitude. And the military branch, currently I rule it, and I have various budding officers and soldiers who want to do it. So over time, when I see how they go along, I will appoint them, but currently I'll rule it because I'll take command of the armies at first. The economic branch, they control all the economics activities, so trading, cargo runs, shops, industry, manufacture, production, all sorts, and the administrative branch takes control of all the regulations of the country. So anything regarding the paperwork, taxes, diplomacy currently, because I've included administration, and anything that's bureaucratic in nature. And military branch is in control of all the military actions of Sagathia, so I'll be responsible for training, combat, anything needing force.
So the title of king is more of a military branch leader?
No, not quite. In the end, the military branch will have their own separate person, and the way I see it, the king's more an overseer rather than directly taking control of individual branches, because I put the leaders of the branches based on their talents. So Directos is studying economics in real life, so I've stuck him in economic branch. Fortitude has experience running these things. So yeah.
Thank you for answering that. Now, I think this is a question on a lot of people's mind, but what is the actual goal of your kingdom? What kind of ideals do you want your kingdom to focus on? Do you want your kingdom to focus on combat, some kind of knowledge and literature, the arts? What kind of kingdom did you want Zygethia to become?
Well, where I see it, in my opinion, I'm making Sagathia into what you'd see as a country. So, what would you want from your country in real life? So, I'll be quite well-rounded. So, well, military, we'll have the economic sort of political side of it. We have, so it should cater for everything.
So you just want to be the jack of all trades nation?
Yes, essentially.
Okay. What kind of character do you plan on King Zultra the First being when you first get into Chronicles of Elyria?
Basically, Zultra, this is going to the lore of my character. Zultra, in his youth, he apparently saw visions from gods call himself Zygeth, the gods of Zygeth, so hence why the name Zygethia comes from. So who instructed him to make Sagathia in his image. So he goes off in his youth, trying to build support to make Sagathia, and over time he gets more followers. He starts getting more amounts of power, and he builds from there.
Okay. I think this is also a question many people have asked and wondered before, but how do you actually start to plan your kingdom when you get into the game? I know there are many avenues for you to actually become king, but what was your ideal situation of becoming king?
Ideal situation is we require a regional town. That's these crafting stations we need to build industry on. Then control the outlying settlements and build from there, because there's no point trying to take a whole kingdom all at once. It's better off taking like a county or duchy first, then building from there.
So when you get into the game, you simply want to start out as building your own town and then eventually evolving into taking over the kingdom you reside in and taking that spot as king with your people.
Yes, our first goal would be to create our capital, Zygeth. We've discussed various plans depending on the start, the political situation at start. If where we spawn in is the government, or are they really strong, so that will change our plans. If they're weak, that will change our plans as well. It's quite a fluid plan we got, which is quite variable.
All right, thank you for answering that. This is also a question that I had and someone in chat had as well, but how do you plan on handling your rivals and enemies, whether they be nations or guilds? How do you see yourself working against your enemies?
Ideally, we'd want a diplomatic solution, because beneficial both sides. If from what I read about warfare in this game, it's quite a big feat. It will be quite resource intensive. So we'll try our utmost to solve things diplomatically, but if need be, we'll fight. But we'll fight smartly, so we'll ensure the odds are with us before we fight.
So you prefer to handle things as friendly as possible, even if these people have been against you for quite a long time and they're just being a thorn in your side pretty much. You're going to try and handle things as nicely as possible.
Also depends on the group you're talking about. If it's a business guild and our industry is growing, they feel threatened, offer them things so they can work for us, yet still make profits. Or if it's a certain bandit group which goes around looting and pillaging, then we'll have to deal with them with a heavy hand. As such, if it requires, we will deal with them. Right. So we're fluid and changes to the situation.
You'll deal with problems as they come, and if the event requires force, you'll go with force, but you would prefer to be as diplomatic as possible.
Yes, because there's no set way to deal with things, so you can't deal with everything by invading, and you can't deal with everything by talking. So, yeah.
Alright. And I'm just gonna get a quick question that was in chat. What is your favorite kind of cheese?
I don't really have a favourite cheese. As long as they're not strong. I don't like strong cheese.
All right. You prefer non-strong cheese. I will remember that.
Cheddar, perhaps.
I'm sorry?
A cheddar cheese.
Oh,
Yes,
cheddar cheese.
what I imagine.
That is pretty good cheese. Okay, let's go with our next question. The Kingdom of Zygethia over time has gotten a lot of scrutiny on the Chronicles of Elyria website. What do you think of others and how they view the Zygethia at the moment?
Well, for those who ardently oppose Sagathia, I suggest to them they're entitled to an opinion. If they really are against us, they should do their research on what we really are. So, I'm not going to name along certain groups or people going on do one thing or another. Well, they need to educate themselves. But for those who are generally, for various reasons, are opposed to us, maybe their group is opposed or they don't like the idea of kingdoms, well, they're now entitled to that opinion, and we respect that opinion.
All right. So you think you respect that everyone has their opinion, but you do think that they should research more into your nation before making that opinion.
If they've read everything and they're still opposed to it, then they're more entitled to have that opinion.
All right. Do you expect recruitment to change or become more restrictive as the threat of spies and such come closer to release? This was a question from Vokar.
Yes, and that's actually a really good question, because I imagine over time a new branch could be made, like an intelligence branch, which sole job is to hunt down spies and infiltrators. But I imagine the way they do spies would vary from each monarch to another. So our only rules, I guess, to make out guys when an heir or someone takes over, they'll be doing things their way. And I imagine change would happen over time where different monarchs do different things, or I could become a monarch the second time if my heir or the character I play comes king.
All right. Can you tell us? Are you willing to share with us what actually you have as allies and enemies to the Zygethia currently?
Imagine all the groups in the axis of evil are against us.
All right.
But we've made diplomatic moves to other groups, so like I'm probably going to butcher the name, but the Empire of Elyria, we've made diplomatic moves. Various business guilds, we've made moves to group enterprises. We've been in talks to ask if they want to establish a guild hall now, or settlement, and various other things.
All right. Just one more question from chat I see currently. What did you think about the Anti-Zygethia League when it first appeared, and what's your opinion of this league?
Well, the original form of the league was the Anti-Zultra League, which changed to the Anti-Zygethia League. As I said, if they've done all their research and they've read everything about Sagathia and they oppose us, they're more entitled to that opinion. But if they take action upon the game and try and do negative things to us, like try and interrupt trade or settlements, they will met with appropriate responses to those actions.
All right. One of my personal questions was, what past experience do you have in leadership, since you do want to eventually get to the role of king? That's going to take a lot of management on your part. Do you think you can handle that?
I've led various groups. I'm not going to big myself up, but I've led various groups in other games. Part of the student union in my college, and various things, and cadets and things. So I have a basic understanding of how leadership works. So far, it's been doing quite well.
All right. So you think you can handle the role when you eventually take it?
Yeah, hopefully. That's why I got council to give me a hand, because I won't be able to rule everything myself. So I've got a council for skilled councillors who who have strengths and weaknesses which can complement my strengths and weaknesses.
Alright. And since you do plan on starting the game out as simply maybe a low noble, you have that time to learn your role, hopefully.
Yeah, much. Yeah, imagine the way the system works is you don't literally order every individual member of the kingdom to do individual jobs. That's why you can delegate things to take your counts, your jarls, your mayors, and all sorts. So the art of leadership is delegation.
That is true. Another question that I've gotten from chat. Can you tell us exactly where you are and where your accent originates from? I'm sure that is a question some people have.
Yeah. Originally, I was born in Croydon. I'm sure whoever's British here who lives in London knows where Croydon is. And I grew up in Suffolk. Now currently live in Hadlow in Kent.
All right. Sorry,
So
just had to ask that with the accent.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sure many of us enjoy that part.
Sure I do.
Here's another question. Can you sell your Kingdom of Zygethia at this moment to kind of tell why people should join it?
Well, currently right now, if you want to help build a growing kingdom that will take part in the upcoming foreign games, which the devs are making for the forums, come join Sagathia. We've got a growing community. We're active. We're playing Crusader Kings 2 earlier, so we do other things together and take part in. Yeah, essentially, if you want to help building the country, come join us.
All right. Do we have any more questions from chat? If so, we may be ending a little early since I have currently run out of questions. But is there anything you want us to know, Zultra, about just the kingdom or your plans?
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's asked how the actual kingdom is run. For example, we've got our tax policy. Currently, with earlier conversations with our head of economy, runs on a tiered system. So, for example, I give you pay me 30 coppers in tax. The crown, the monarch, gets 15 of those. Your local chief gets 5 of those. Your local count gets 5, and the local, if I get the maths right, your local duke will get 10. So it works up 30.
So you plan on having a tax-heavy system?
Essentially.
Right.
Yeah, because remember, we'll need currency income to help the kingdom run. So the tax to the crown.
Sadly.
The tax to the crown pays for the nationwide projects. So if we need to build a road system that goes around the whole country, we'll use the tax revenue from that. But small portions go to the local leadership as well. So they can deal with local issues, because I could be sitting in Zygethia and I won't know what the local issues are in my borderlands 500 miles away. So I'll leave that to the local leadership to deal with.
Alright. There's one more question in chat I think I may have forgotten. How do you see Zygethia expanding over the course of the game? This is from Victoria Rachel.
To be honest, I don't know. Well, if we get everything sorted out, then my calculations for my systems to be running decently need 100 people. If we get like 100 people, we'll be running quite smoothly unless something really bad happens and all falls apart. But till then, we could be here to stay.
Alright. We got a few more questions in the chat right here that I'm going to start asking you. Let me see if I can understand this. What kind of biome do you plan for your capital to be in? So did you want to be in a forest, snow-covered mountains, a desert?
Again, it all depends where we are. Because ideally we want somewhere defensible, but we want something that's close to farmland so we can grow our own food. But at the same time, we need it being near natural resources. So we need woods, we need it being near mineral deposits, and hopefully near a river as well, so we can initiate trade.
So as long as the land you're in has many resources and is well defended, you don't have a preference.
Not really. If it's really cold, we just have rare loaded layers.
All right. How do you plan to initiate the production for the Kingdom of Zygethia? So when you first start the game, you simply want to start a town, correct? This is a question from Howell.
Yeah, I imagine most of our plans revolve us using adverse possession building land that no one uses. So, because at the start of the game, all land is owned by kingdoms, but not all of it is used, only a tiny percentage is used. So in theory, you could build a hut, and the local magistrate won't even know you're there till the land is yours. So if it all goes well, we could build in the sticks and build from there. But ideally, we'd want to take control one way or another, a regional town or local town, and use the resources already built there to build our kingdom.
So do you rather take this land by adverse possession than actually buying a piece of land?
It all depends. So some can be generous and give us land. So yeah, it all depends on the situation.
Well, you could always use the influence you earn, preferably to get land if you get high enough.
I've had a few discussions with Caspian, and basically the way it goes right now, you get influenced by land, but you can only get a plot of land, so you can't go buying 1,000 plots of land unless you buy the titles.
I see. Let's see. There are more questions. Victoria Rachel wants to know if it's a little too early to choose figures when we do not know the economic system. So you think it's too early to choose your path since we still don't know a lot?
The way I see it, from what I've learned so far, with the contract system, is that you can assign different tax rates for your contracts. So it's just a matter of writing the correct contract to meet the situation. So we're going to need some skilled. We're going to need some skilled bureaucrats to write those contracts for us. That's a challenge in itself.
I have a question from Claudia. She doesn't know what's been asked already, but she would like to know what kind of actual players are you looking to join the Kingdom of Zygethia and help you on this project.
We want mature players, and not just speaking on age-wise, but the way they act, the way they behave, the way they think. They basically own people who can think. So because we're going to be banging our heads together for a little while, so we need to be able to come up with as many plans as possible. We also need active people and people who can work well in a team, but also can lead a team. I've done various initiatives in my military branch about how I can constantly churn over leadership positions, so I can, like I said, there's always a pool to choose from. You know what I mean?
Alright. Well, I just want to give a shout out and welcome to Bicycle Walrus, who is now in the crowd, and I will ask the audience if they have any more questions before I continue further. And also, King Zultra, is there anything more you would like to say?
Yeah, I just got a message from a certain individual by the name of Dragor, who still hasn't forgiven you for the treachery you showed him yesterday.
Yes, he will have to get over himself, because I will show him the power of Fennec Academy when we play Crusader Kings again.
Yeah.
So.
And there's always a spot for Fennec Academy to open up in Sagathia.
Thank you for the offer. We will talk to you more about that privately. But
yes, it will.
One of these future questions in the chat box is, will you be using your own assassins and spies? And we've already talked about how you would handle assassins, but do you plan on using them yourself?
Again, it all depends on the situation. For example, there's a dire threat, so like a person is about to initiate some horrible ritual to become a really powerful lich whose aim to destroy Sagathia. Of course, we'll use every means possible to get rid of them.
Alright. Well, if there are no more questions, people, we will be ending here. Is there anything more you would like to say before we close out, King Zultra?
Yeah, as I say, we've always got positions open. So if you want to join, you can join us in our community thread on the forum. So sign up for Sagathia, and we'll put you down in our database, which we use to store all of the Sagathia members, so we know who's who. And yeah, if there's any more questions, just feel free to ask.
All right. Well, I will.
So I see.
Continue.
I see. We've got Bicycle Walrus's appreciation of what we're doing.
Yes, he's
got questions as well.
Let us wait and hear the Bicycle Walrus's question. He, for those of you who cannot view the chat, he says, "With all due respect, I like what Zultra is trying to accomplish." And if you do not know who Bicycle Walrus is, you really need to check out DM21's gaming website. They are the leader in Chronicles of Elyria footage, so you really should check them out. And we will wait for that question. As we wait for his question, I have one more thing to ask you. This is a hypothetical situation, but say that many people are trying to undermine your kingdom. They simply do not want you to have your position as king, and they are fighting you head and toe. How would you go about trying to rectify that?
Well, basically, Zultra is on a mission from the gods. So if he goes against Zultra, he's going against the gods.
Alright. Well, for Bicycle Walrus's question, since he asked if you were playing on EU or a natural server, we did answer this earlier. Okay, he meant North America due to autocorrect, but we answered this question earlier, Bicycle Walrus. Do you want to repeat your answer?
Yeah, basically, it all depends on the situation. We'll have a big internal discussion. We'll do a vote with the leadership, and it also depends on what server opens at first. So the betas and pre-launch could be in Europe or in North America, then there will be in those servers respectively. And I see a comment from Hal Phoenix saying we will be a dictatorship. We're not a dictatorship. We're not a democracy either. The way we work we're in a feudal system. That's also meritocratic. So you earn your positions. So if you do really well on the branch, you're up for choice for a position of power, essentially. And just to go on to what I said earlier about Zultra being on a mission from the gods, but that doesn't mean Zultra's a zealot. Zultra is quite tolerant of different religions. He's more than welcome to have you practicing your own beliefs, but he has a set standard. So he won't appreciate the other religions going and trying to stoke up holy wars, for example, against him. So he'll let you open your own churches, but he won't let you preach in those churches saying how they should take down Zygethia.
Right.
And as Dadel said, there's many forms of monarchy. So I'd like to think we're a constitutional monarchy of sorts.
All right. Well, that will be the end of our live stream today, folks. Thank you for answering all of my questions and the chat's questions, King Zultra. If anyone has further questions for Zultra, they can ask him privately. But we will be ending. Thank you again, King Zultra.
Can I just quickly answer RAA's question?
Go ahead.
That's
I see that question just popped up. RAA wishes to know if you are a madman seeing himself as a prophet.
Yeah, the way I set out Zultra when I was brainstorming him, metagame wise, that I want people in game to think: is he a lunatic seeing visions of gods, or is he really tell the truth? Because I could have wrote down saying how he made loads of miracles happen, I'm not going to do that because I like the story and the conflict potentially it creates from that. So some people will say Zultra is a madman. Some people will say Zultra is a paragon of virtue, for example.
All right. Well, King Zultra, you have a wonderful day. Everyone, thank you very much for watching my channel. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos and check out, we will be doing more guild spotlights on many more guilds and kingdoms, so watch out for that. Again, thank you. This is Narkere signing out. Everyone have a good day.
Yep, I really enjoyed this, and thank you to everyone here, all the 15 people watching this. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing further interviews from other groups.
All right, signing out. Everyone have a good day.